earlier this week with all the issues that you had on development. So we came up with a plan on how to improve and how to approach the development concepts. So what we'll do is Venkat will share his screen, and Venkat, can you open the email that I sent yesterday?
Yes.
Or
Yeah, I open it and the people can see it.
yeah. Okay, just a second. Let me also open it from mine.
So I hope you can see the meeting notes. Okay. We created some topics for each and every day.
So
yeah, please carry on.
Yeah. So what we planned is for the next 1 week, we actually divided all some of the development topics into a smaller topic, into 2 or 3 topics, which is equal to 1 page in Canvas, and where you had a class. So what you will do every day is try to do some examples on that topic. For example, if you see, the first one is loops, conditional statements, and selections, right? So when it comes to loops, it's either for each group or if condition or when. So come up with the syntax and some examples on how you approach these things. So if you learn this from the basic, do it from your end, and create a document with whatever you have done. So, and upload it in the consultant drive, which you already have access to. Okay. So what trainers will do, Mahesh and Venkat will review all the steps that you have done. So when you're updating the document, follow these things. Write the list of steps that you are going to do that you have planned, just like a design. As you know, this will help you when you are at the client place, because when you are given a requirement, you will have to do the design first. Okay, you cannot just start the development. Okay, so any requirement has to have these steps: design, development, and then testing and deployment, right? So do the design for these topics that we have shared in Canvas. So based on the date, you can see the topic name and create a document, and you'll have to update the same document every day in Google Drive. Okay, so you do not download the document in your laptop and make the changes. Do it directly in Google Drive, so that the trainers can see the number of hours that you have spent on each topic. So they'll get an understanding of where you are, okay, technically, because development is something which cannot just be taught. Okay, so do that. Come up with an example. Venkat and Mahesh will review, as I said earlier, and then based on that, they will schedule a backup class for those topics where everyone has this had concerns or doubts. Okay. So, any questions until now?
Yeah, I will talk about what all the concepts covers in loops, conditional statements, and collections. Okay.
Yeah.
So coming down to loops, right? In the first class of our Apex introduction, so Venkat, I shared you. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we do the technical discussion by the end of the class, where you can do a recording on that and share it with these guys, so that every day they can use that recording to follow and what to do. Okay.
Sure, no problem.
So once you get this document uploaded in Google Drive, as Mahesh and Venkat will check, and they will also give you assignments. Okay, if they see that, okay, then you are able to approach the problem, but you are unable to do the example in a proper way. So then they'll guide you, and they'll give you more examples and some real-time examples if needed for that topic, so that you can do those for that next week, for that until the next day, because each day you will have a new topic. So make sure that you will you spend at least 4 to 6 hours every day and do these things. So if you want to get good confidence on development module, you will have to follow these steps for the next 1 week, and based on the progress, we will see what we can do for the next week. Okay. So if you do not finish anything and keep anything pending for the current day, so these topics will be pile up if you do not do every day. Okay. For the next 1 week, you'll have to finish everything in single day. So please make sure that you spend enough time and try to understand what you are doing. Note it down. Whatever you think, you just write it down in that document. Okay. So this will give you a better approach, better confidence on how to approach a problem when you are at the client place. So development is something which if you learn the syntax, anyone can do it. So the different types of ways to approach a problem is the one which very few people will do. Okay, if you just learn the syntax, even after 3 years you'll be in the same position. There won't be any growth. If you do the design and then do the development, then you will understand there are different ways to solve that problem. Venkat, can you? I think I hear a lot of disturbance. Can you put everyone on mute except me for now? Okay. Okay. So as I was saying, if you do the design, you will know the different ways to solve the problem, which is important at the client place, because tomorrow when you are in your first or second project and you are given a requirement, and if they ask you to come up with a design, or there will be a phase, okay, if you are following, there will be different SDLC cycles. Some clients use waterfall, some clients use other. We'll discuss about these later, but everything will always follow these SDLC life cycle steps. Okay, design, implementation, testing, and then deployment. Okay, before design there will be scopes which you will not be related to. So once you come up with a design and say that okay, we can solve this in this way, and there will be a meeting and you can discuss all those things. There will be if you provide a solution 10 times, there is a high chance that 7 to 8 times it will be rejected and they'll ask you to come up with a different plan. So if you do not do the design now, you will not understand. You will see things from only one perspective. Okay. So make sure you follow these steps, and based on this, we'll follow up. We'll have a call like this again next week where I'll be there, and I'll also be attending a few of some of your day-to-day calls with Mahesh and Venkat. So if you have any questions, just note it down in that document, or update in Canvas or whatever, or send an email or whatever. Okay, there is no restriction to that. So if you think now to ask a question, you will be the one suffering when you're at the campus. You have to understand this. Okay, so you are already in marketing now, and some of you guys are already getting calls, and I think there are interview calls scheduled for tomorrow. So within no time, you won't even realize how these next few weeks pass on. So please make sure that you utilize this time and follow the steps that we have mentioned in Canvas. So Venkat, I think you have already updated this in Canvas, but so can you be more precise and split the entire into each page? Okay. So from going forward, today is 22nd, right? So on 22nd, it is SOFL and SOSL limited. Loops, conditions, and collections, right? So create a page for loops, conditions, and collections, so that you can after tomorrow's class we can mention whatever we need. Are we going to give more assignments or more examples, or is there going to be a backup class? And if there is a backup class, if there is going to be a recording, right? So we can put these in order from tomorrow. So please update this in Canvas. So that's all from my end, guys, and we will touch base next week. So Venkat, you can go ahead and carry on with the each individual topic per day, and give them a high-level explanation on what they do, what they have to do from a technical perspective.
Right. Sure. Actually, I created the topics independently only with a new keyword called independent study hyphen. The loops is the one page, and again VF page is another page. like that I created different pages here, and like you can see that in Canvas I published it yesterday. Um, so I will introduce what we have to what they have to work on this today's class, means on this today's assignment, that is loops, conditional statements, and loops, conditional statements, and what is the other thing? And exception, sorry, and collections. Okay, I'll
Collections.
talk about that what they have to work on. Okay, thanks Avinash, thanks for joining. Uh, Guys, yeah, coming down to loops. So in the first day of our class, there is Apex training, right? We discussed about a lot of keywords. In that, we simply discussed about some of the loops like do while loop, for loop, okay, if loop, if else loop. So these are very basic loops we generally use it essentially. So more than do and while loop, we use for loop and if loop a lot. Okay, and while loop also. It depends which one you have to choose. These four loops you have to try a lot, and so
And one more thing, guys, no matter which technology you are in, you will always use these loops. Okay, if it is Java, Salesforce, Cisco, .NET, C, C++, these will be available everywhere. So this you have to have this knowledge before going to a job, because if you do not have enough skills and perfection on these conditions, okay, loops and conditions and collections, it will be easily noticed that you are a fresher, and there is a high chance that you will be fired. So there is a risk. There is always a risk if you do not know the basic concepts. So please make sure that you have these, you keep this in mind, and try to follow these things. Go ahead, Venkat. Sorry.
yeah, coming down to the conditional statements, we have to work on unlogic or logic inside the programming code, not the formula field. You are really good at formula fields. That's okay. Inside if loop, you can use n number of unstatements. You can make the very complex conditional statements, and or is the general conditional statements we use inside the Apex programming. So we have used this type of conditional logic when you are trying to validate a few things. When you are trying to save the data into the system in triggers, we use a lot of conditional statements, and even in Apex programming also, when you are comparing something, when you are validating, if city equal to null and if state equal to null, you can throw some exception. At least you should show some information. That type of examples you can try it out. Okay, and you know about collections. There are three collection types. We have special class. Means there is a class which I shared you for each and every collection type for list, set, and map. Each and every class is having different methods also, right? M1 is only the general method, but I'm calling some different methods like add, clone, clear, add all, contains key, contains. These are all the methods, right, for list. So these class examples are still available in my organization. I don't mean, if you are having trouble, you can use that. Otherwise, you can try everything on your own. Okay. So we have done this class when I'm introducing about collection types. So if you want to refer these videos, yes, go to the Apex first video, as well as we have done one class specially for list collection type and set collection type, and later on with map collection. That video you can check it out. So you guys can work on this. This is a very small topic, and as I said, as Avinash said, you can document each and everything, what all you have learned, the limitations, and again the problems you have faced also, and best practices, how to use it. And again, coming down to the for loop, you can use in multiple ways. I'm not asking you to give only simple examples. Just show all the possible ways how you can query in the for loop. Directly you can query the account object in the for loop, and you can use it. Okay, instead of passing some list or passing some list of integers, I can directly query contact object and anything. You can show some examples like that. At least please make sure that you have done at least 2 to 3 pages of document on this small topic also, and even more than that. Okay, and these documents are really helpful for your future reference only. When you are exploring this, right, you generally get a lot of knowledge, and you generally remember that what we can do with loops, and these are really useful in all the programming assignments what you're doing in future. Okay, that's it, guys, from my side. Avinash, you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, Venkat, I'm here.
Yeah. So these are actually this topic is small topic where these guys have means good understanding. So I hope they can start doing it. Um, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So please schedule a call. Use the same call for tomorrow. Okay.
Exactly. Do you want me to go through the? Do you want me to update the dates actually, because as this is the last means this day is going to end and we don't have time to work on loops, conditional statements, and corrections. Can I use the same date, or can I change the date?
So, ask the consultants to follow the same schedule as we mentioned. So, yeah, tomorrow you can schedule another class.
Okay, all right. Okay, what I will do is from today to tomorrow afternoon, they will work on loops, and tomorrow afternoon I will take a class for FOSL, and everything is on schedule from that time, because loops is a small topic.
Okay.
They can work on for 4 hours. Okay, not more than that.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, just let's get this started, and we can follow up next week. Yeah. And so you please everyone please upload the document in the consultant drive, as with whatever the examples you did or how you approached a requirement. Try to think of a scenario where you can use if or while or repeat until true or iterate or any other group. Okay. So, and just give an example on what you did and how you approach, so that trainers will have a good understanding of what you know and what you don't, and they can guide you in the right way. Right? Any questions? All right, then I'll take that as a no. So let's meet tomorrow. Probably Venkat, let's talk with Karthik and come up with a time, because whenever you are not available, we can see if Mahesh is available at that time. And since Mahesh is working, he cannot attend from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. PST. So we can discuss about the timing later. But so let's please have a close follow-up with each and every one of them, and help them understand these things. Okay?
Sure. Yeah, I'm going to share some more new videos for this, means for the people, because in a detailed way. So because I haven't showed any slides for them.
If you have any important material or anything related to these topics, we can share that in Canvas. And also at the same time, if you have a video recording, or if you think it needs a video recording, you can we can record a session. But even if they are, that's okay. If it is a small topic and if it doesn't need much attention, then you can just record it yourself and share that with the consultant. Or if it needs attention of the consultants, you can schedule a call as we discussed, and you can do that. Okay.
Sure, no problem.
And everyone, please, if you have any questions before consulting the trainers, please go through the recording. And if you still do not understand, then only try, because there should be a minimal effort from your side on what you are doing, and after that the trainers will be able to help you. So this will continue with during the support also when you are at the client place. Okay, so the trainers will not be able to give you support from even in the morning when you are at the office, and sometimes there will be a situation where you cannot share your screen with the trainers. They'll just give you what to do in WhatsApp that is designed, and you can implement that. Okay, and once you come back to your home after the office hours, then they'll be able to see your screen and able to help you out by doing it. Okay, so if you follow these design and development steps from now, it will be useful for you in your client place. Otherwise, you should be you as well have to be ready for the embarrassment. Okay. All right, guys. See you soon. Thanks for joining.
Hi guys. Uh, so actually, what I'm doing is I'm doing one more Apex training, but I'm not doing in such a way what I did what I generally trained you. The schedule is completely different. I'm training in with the slides initially and later on with the programming assignments. Okay, I'm going to choose some different examples in this training. So I will share the videos in the meanwhile which I'm training them. Okay, that videos I'm going to share with you. So you can also look into the Apex videos and stuff. And that's it. And coming down to female proxy, Monica, I think you have female proxy for tomorrow's call. I think Lokuma is asking for that. So yeah, yes. You don't need to worry. So we have female proxy. Thanks, guys.
And
That's
Venkat,
the call for today. Yeah.
actually Mahesh assigned some topics to me, so I'm working on that. So do I have to work on Mahesh topics or all
So
or on these
what
topics?
topics did he said? Can you tell me again? Can you spell it?
Yes, yesterday I did Garner limits, test classes, collections, and today on triggers, writing test classes. Yesterday I did a theoretical part. Today I wrote it.
That's
Uh,
That's fine, but actually this is the discussion which we did in this class. I think this she shared you before before our call it seems. So we figured out this one, so you can follow this. And Mahesh is also is aligned with this also. He's also having access to these topics.
oh,
We
okay.
discussed in the call and we decided to go on with this particular topics for all the people. Okay, you can go ahead
Okay.
with this
Oh,
because
okay.
the topics are same. Again, the Apex triggers is coming down on the 27th of this month.
And I mean, on the recent topic, like on loops, conditional statements, and collections, do I have to write programming part also?
Yes, if you have examples, yes, you can do that.
But
And anyway, so
without,
when you have any issues, you don't need
but
to.
without,
Means
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, please carry on. Yeah.
But without having any knowledge of, I mean, classes, we can't use loops and collections, no? I mean,
No, see, if you
we can
remember, I
just
have taken a
understand the
collection.
syntax of that, but
Yeah.
without having the clear understanding of the
Yeah.
classes, like
Coming down to
where we have to
collections.
use the access modifiers and all this stuff, we can't use.
Yeah, no problem. Give me a second. Um, Actually, coming down to collections, there's no need of any requirement. I shared you some simple class. I simply created a new list, added items to the list. I cleared some items. I removed some items. I cloned the same list. That's how I have done some example, right? You can use that type of examples on your own. Okay. If you want examples on this particular collections, you can refer. If you are not finding anything, you can go and check in my organization. Go to list class, set class, map class. These three are the classes which are specific to collections. Just watch it for a minute, try things on your own again, and for if you want to execute these classes, just please go to developer console, execute anonymous is the link, click on that, run your class, map class dot method name, that is m1, automatically run that map class. You know that we have covered this example in our classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use that examples for that. Coming down to conditional loops, like if you can, so go to help.salesforce.com if you have any questions. And I don't
No,
want
no, no.
to
What
copy
I'm
paste.
saying is, we can understand the syntax and we can understand like where we have to use all these loops and conditional statements, but without having any knowledge of classes, we can't use those. So it would be great if you put the classes, keywords, and all the stuff in the first class.
No, because that will become, because you don't need to write the complete classes. What you can do is Coming down to the collections, we are using for loop there and if loop also, right? If contains key, if list dot, map dot contains key equal to 1255 equal
Mm-hmm.
to uh, uh, contains key, that's a conditional loop. You can use that inside if loop. That type of simple things you can try out, because I don't want to make it complex by asking you to develop some custom controller classes for these requirements.
Okay, thank you. Actually, Mahesh was saying that he asked me to do all the, I mean,
Yeah.
all the big,
So
big programs. So I don't.
no, yeah, that's the right thing, because yeah, you can, after finishing this is only 3 days time, but after that you are going to work on VisualForce and controller classes only. Okay. In a week or so, you will be starting with the strong examples on Apex and VF pages,
Oh, okay.
right?
Mm.
Okay. And I do have some examples. Can you see my screen? Right.
Yes.
Mm. I have examples for recruiting app, the complete Salesforce official training, okay, for 501. So it's around $8,000 worth of training. Um, fine. All right. So now we have examples. So I cannot share this officially, but I will share the some of the example codes required for you. So these are Dev 511 training um, lab files. These examples are having a lot of expansion. These are only VisualForce pages with controllers. These are exercises. The requirement is in
Mm-hmm.
this text file, and you can see the solutions here. This is also in text file. So the resource also they have provided. So what I am trying to do is I am trying to load all these examples into my enterprise partner edition. First of all, for loading into this, I have to create the recruiting application, because the objects what these classes are using or the channel controllers are using, I have to first create in the edition. So that's taking some time for me. If it is done, so this, if you are completely doing these requirements, then you are good to go and see some candidate search page. This is a very some important such requirements where you can have some good examples of lot of examples. And this is VisualForce controller lab files. So these are only examples. So what happens if you theoretically learn about Apex and VisualForce pages, you can learn, hey, this is what happening in this method. You can know what logic is. But when you try to develop the things on your own, you can't, you don't know where to start with. And what to start with, you don't know anything, okay? But when I can share you a page of a contact search, you open the page and you can see the link to controller class, and you can see what method is called, what variables are I'm using. That simply you can understand what's happening in that requirement. But the thing you have to learn is you have to try requirements on your own. At least first 1 month you can struggle a lot. It will be a lot of struggle for you. Later on, it's easy to try. You can start doing on your own. That's what required in the real time, in the actual project. Okay. So I will try to do. I will try to load all these examples. There are many examples. Um, Even these are only Apex batch jobs and stuff. Okay. Updating a lot of only classes Apex lab files and triggers also. Doing some updates on. So this recruiting app is really complex app. It automatically sends offer letters to the people and take inbound handling of email handling. All this stuff is examples are there. So the naming conventions which I give, I want to give the proper comments also in this solution, in this solutions. If that is done right, it will be really easy for you guys to try these examples. I want to means I want to push this all this code to my the edition what you have access to. Okay, thanks guys. That's it for today. Uh, so for today you can start working on the loops and which I shared the topic loops, conditional statements, and collections. Okay. And again, as I said, I want to share some more videos to you with the topic name. Directly, I can share that video so that you can, if you have time, you can view it. If you know that the topic is if you are really good at that, you can skip the topic. That's fine. That's it for today's class. Which we are going to make tomorrow. We are going to fix one time at least